they promised each other forever, and one hug has broken the internet. Yes, you heard that right. Dylan Wang and Shen Yue, the beloved stars who first stole our hearts in Meteor Garden, have finally taken the step that fans have dreamed about for years. Their wedding was a secret. Their vows were private. But one single moment, the hug they shared after promising each other forever, has gone viral. And it has left millions of fans around the world in tears. The story begins with a short clip that leaked online. The video wasn't long, no more than a minute. It wasn't even high quality, but it didn't need to be. Because what it captured was more powerful than any Hollywood film or drama scene. It begins with Dylan and Shen Yue standing face to face beneath an arch of flowers. The arch isn't overly decorated. It's simple, elegant, and covered in white roses and soft greenery. The ceremony is clearly small, private, and filled only with those closest to them. Shen Yue is dressed in a flowing ivory gown. Not a dramatic princess dress, but something soft and timeless. Her hair falls in loose waves around her shoulders, and her smile is trembling, like she can't quite believe this moment is real. Dylan, beside her, wears a perfectly tailored suit. But it's not his clothes that catch people's attention, it's the look in his eyes. Eyes that are fixed only on her, full of love, nervousness, and a quiet sense of awe. The officiant, whose voice is calm and steady, asks them to share their vows. Dylan speaks first. In a voice low but full of emotion, he says, "I used to believe love was something written in scripts, something that belonged in dramas. But then I met you, and suddenly, love was real. You made me believe in forever, and today I promise you mine." The guests sigh, some even wipe away tears. Shen Yue, already emotional, tries to steady her voice. She takes a breath and says, "From the first day we met, you have been my safe place, my laughter, and my strength. I never thought I could find someone who understood me so completely. But here you are. Today, I promise you my heart, my love, and my forever." And then, the officiant tells them to seal their vows. But what follows is not the usual kiss that weddings are known for. Instead, Dylan pulls Shen Yue into his arms. He doesn't rush. He doesn't try to play to the cameras. He simply wraps his arms around her and holds her as tightly as he can, as though he never wants to let her go. And she holds him back just as tightly. Her head rests against his shoulder, her eyes closed, and you can see her body trembling as she cries softly, not tears of sadness, but of joy. In that hug, the world disappears. It's not about fame, not about their careers, not about the fans watching from afar. It's just them. Two people, promising each other forever in the simplest, most human way possible. That hug, captured in the video, has now circled the globe. Fans say it's more romantic than any scripted kiss, more powerful than any grand gesture. Because it wasn't acting. It wasn't staged. It was real. Within hours of the footage being leaked, hashtags like #DylanAnshenForever and #WeddingHug began trending on Weibo, TikTok, and Instagram. The internet exploded with reactions. One fan wrote, "That hug, it wasn't for show. It was for them. And that's why it's breaking my heart in the best way." Another commented, "Forget the kiss. The hug is the real love story. You can feel how much they mean to each other." Clips of the hug were slowed down, replayed, turned into GIFs, and even set to music by fans who wanted to relive the moment again and again. Artists began drawing fan art of the hug. Poets wrote verses inspired by it. And people all around the world found themselves crying over two people they may never meet, but whose love feels as real as their own. But this viral moment has raised many questions. When did the wedding happen? How did they manage to keep it a secret? And who shared the footage? So far, neither Dylan Wang nor Shen Yue has released a statement. Their agencies have remained silent as well, choosing not to confirm or deny the wedding. But silence has never stopped fans from piecing together clues. Some believe the wedding happened recently in a quiet countryside villa outside Hangzhou. Others suggest it might have been a destination wedding in a coastal town. The flowers in the arch match those from a well-known boutique that hinted at a special private event weeks ago. And the piano music heard faintly in the clip was traced back to a musician who posted about performing at an intimate celebration. Every small detail has been analyzed, debated, and reshared by devoted fans determined to solve the mystery. What's most striking, though, is the choice to keep everything so private. In a world where celebrity weddings often turn into spectacles, Dylan and Shen Yue chose the opposite. No flashing cameras, no magazine spreads, no public announcements. Just them, their closest loved ones, and a promise to stand by each other forever. And maybe that's why this hug is so powerful. Because it doesn't feel like a performance. It feels like the most honest, unguarded moment between two people who have finally found home in each other. For many fans, this wedding feels like the ending they always wanted but never got. Back in Meteor Garden, their characters' love story became legendary, but real life has now surpassed fiction. As one fan wrote, "They gave us love on screen, but now they've given us something better, their real love story." The reaction hasn't just been emotional, it's been global. In the Philippines, fans organized online viewing parties where they replayed the hug and shared messages of congratulations. In Indonesia, trending topics celebrated their marriage. And in China, fans flooded Weibo with heartfelt posts, calling the hug the most romantic moment of the decade. Even people outside the fandom have noticed. Relationship experts have commented on how powerful the hug was, saying it shows the importance of emotional connection over grand displays. One psychologist even wrote, "A kiss can be passionate, but a hug like that shows trust, safety, and belonging. It says, 'You are my home.'" And that's exactly what the world saw. Not just two actors fulfilling fan dreams. Not just a couple finally confirming years of speculation. But two people who, despite the pressures of fame and the demands of their careers, chose each other fully and completely. Of course, not everyone believes the leak was accidental. Some suggest the video was intentionally released, maybe even by the couple themselves, as a quiet way of sharing their joy without making a formal announcement. If true, it would be a very them choice, subtle, heartfelt, and deeply personal. Others, however, believe it was taken by a guest who couldn't resist sharing such a beautiful moment. Whatever the case, the hug has now become immortalized in the hearts of millions. What happens next is uncertain. Will Dylan and Shen Yue confirm their marriage? Will they share official wedding photos? Or will they continue living their love story quietly, away from the spotlight? Knowing their history, many believe they will choose the last option, protecting their love from the chaos of fame. But for fans, it doesn't matter whether more details come out. Because they already have what they need. That one hug. That embrace that said everything words could not. That moment where two people promised each other forever, and the world happened to catch a glimpse.